Breaking news we're tracking at the moment. An Indian student has been shot dead by the police in the US. A 32-year-old student from Telangana, Mohammed Nizamuddin, was shot dead by police in Santa Clara in California after he allegedly attacked his roommate with a knife. The incident is said to be occurred on the 3rd of September, but his family only learnt of his death 2 weeks later. Nizamuddin's father, a retired teacher, said that the news reached him on the 18th of September through his son's friend from Karnataka's Raichur, who's also based in Santa Clara. But according to a statement issued by the police department in Santa Clara on its website, officers actually responded to a 911 call around 6:08 a.m. local time on the 3rd of September, reporting a stabbing inside a residence. Reports meanwhile indicate 4 bullets were fired at Nizamuddin. His identity was not immediately confirmed, and his body is said to be in a local hospital awaiting formalities. Before we go across to Vishal, listen in. Right, we have a reaction lined up for you from the local police in the US. We'll just line that up in a moment. Let's quickly go across to Vishal Vivek, who's tracking the latest updates. He joins us live from the newsroom at the moment. Vishal, the MEA is expected to escalate the matter now?
Yeah, that is where the ball lies right now, because the family is expecting the MEA to respond to this. They want the body of the deceased to be brought back to India, and the investigation is still unfolding as we speak, because as you rightly mentioned, the police are claiming that someone in the flat had called the police to notify about Mohammed Nizamuddin that he was attacking another roommate with a knife in his hand, and that is how the police responded. The police are claiming this, that there was some scuffle between the police and Mohammed Nizamuddin, and that's how he was shot at. He was sent to the emergency room, but he was pronounced dead. That is what the police are officially saying, but it will have to be investigated, and that is what the families are also saying, that they want this investigation to be done properly, because they don't believe in what the US media and the police are saying. They claim that it's a case of white supremacist people reacting to the situation. So all of that will have to be investigated. Still quite early to comment on this active investigation, but police are standing their ground. They have released a long statement, detailing the sequence of events as they claim it has happened.
Vishal, as always, thank you so much for joining us with the latest details coming in. An Indian student has been shot dead by the police in the US. We now have a reaction from the police lined up for you. Here's what they have to say.
On Wednesday morning at approximately 6:18 a.m., officers responded to a 911 call. As officers were responding to the location, they received information that the situation had escalated, and the suspect was now stabbing the victim. The officer saw 4 people in the hallway, including the suspect, who was straddling the victim, effectively pinning the victim to the ground. The officer attempted to de-escalate the situation with verbal commands, but the suspect ignored the commands and raised their arm holding the knife to a striking position above the victim. When the officer saw the suspect's hand holding the knife come down towards the victim, the officer shot 4 times, striking the suspect with all 4 of the shots.
Well, you've just heard from the police department in the US. You must note that Chief Morgan held this news conference to discuss the September 3rd incident. We're sharing the Chief Morgan's news conference with the community. That's from the incident on the 3rd of September. Ashish has also been tracking the latest for us. Ashish, as Vishal has told us, the MEA is expected to take up the matter with US authorities. But we're also picking up on the fact that the incident occurred on the 3rd of September, but the family only learnt of this death 2 weeks later?
Yes, you are absolutely right. The family got the information, and in fact, they were looking for help. And one of the local activists of Hyderabad, in fact, he drive to Mahbub Nagar. It's almost 200 kilometers from Hyderabad city, and there he inquired about the incident. And later on, that particular activist, Amzadullah Khan, in fact, he now requested the MEA and MEA officials as well as US Embassy and other officials to help family to get the dead body of their kin. What we have learned that family doesn't believe the police version. What police has said, the U.S. authorities has said that this particular person, the youth of Telangana, who is almost 30-year-old, who was pursuing his MS and in fact worked in a private company there, software company there. What police is in its statement has said that he had attacked his flatmate with a knife, and during the rescue operation, in fact, house intervention operation, the on-duty police officer shot this person dead. What family is saying that this particular person, the deceased, is a religious person. He was very studious and meritorious person, and he had no past violent history. And whatever police claim is the family doesn't believe in it. In fact, they have mentioned about a LinkedIn post written by this particular person, the youth, where he mentioned about racial abuses and several other tortures, which he was emotional and physical tortures he was facing there in US. And that's where family believe that and demand that they need a thorough and fair investigation in all the circumstances in which this person was shot dead. So definitely family doesn't believe in the statement issued by the US authority. On the very other hand, they also seek help from the Indian authorities to get the dead body of their son to get back to Telangana, to Mahbub Nagar in Telangana.
Ashish, as always, thank you so much for joining us with the finer developments.